Oh no. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How is everyone doing on this lovely evening, night, midday, mid-morning? I'm doing just fine. My name's the 8th one. You may call me Tav, or you, or him, or that hairy guy on screen. Either way, today I have a very interesting guest on Infectious Thoughts. Now, you may notice I might be dressed slightly differently, and the story behind that is very short, because I called him to set everything up, and he turned up wearing a suit, so I felt a little bit underdressed. Don't get me wrong, I've since made up for it, so I'm also wearing a swagger and looking very dapper. Maybe not as dapper as him, but we'll get to find out, because the person that I'm going to be interviewing today is Grimes. He is the creator. He is Papa Bear of the One More Block server and the One More Block community in general. He's the one that started it all, and essentially got myself and a few others to where they are now. He's a huge contributor to that, and I get to have a nice little sit down with him. So, without further ado, let's find out who is Grimes. Hello.
Hey, Todd.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not bad. I still can't get over the actual setup that you've got at the moment with a virtual camera. I think it looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh god. Right, so the same question that I start with literally every single person. Who is Grimes?
That's me. I'm Grimes.
Right. Oh god. Okay, well, obviously you are the founder of One More Block, and you are the supreme overlord there. You literally have your own tag on our Discord as a supreme overlord, and I just want to know why did you start One More Block? How did you think about your thought process?
Okay, so first off, you call me the Supreme Overlord, but I feel like I'm the Supreme, I don't know, not Overlord, because basically all the decisions are done as a group.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime we make decisions behind the scenes, we basically have our own Discord chat and we talk about them and see how everyone feels. So in that sense, I'm not really an overlord. I'm more of a supporter of the community, financial supporter and organizer, marketer, I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
But what made me start? So a while ago, at the start of the pandemic, I think it was season 7 of Hermitcraft came out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I started watching it, but I did. I started watching some shows by Mumbo Jumbo and B00. B00 is my favorite, by the way. He's amazing.
Oh.
And
okay.
I thought, wow, this is real cool. It'd be a lot of fun to be part of that community. But then I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be part of that community. So why don't I just go ahead and start, my own community where we get to do the same thing. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be like full-time players, but it could be a bunch of people who get together on a server and just have a lot of fun playing Minecraft together. So that was the idea. It wasn't to it wasn't to create something that would, get money or anything like that. It was literally to create a place where a bunch of people during this pandemic, where we're all stuck inside, can come together and hang out and play in a way that's not going to spread the coronavirus. So, yeah.
Okay.
All right. That was the idea. Yeah.
And okay, so you started this server, and everything was up and running essentially when I arrived to it, when I was invited to it. And again, thank you so much, because you don't take enough credit for that amount of good that you've actually kicked off with making One More Block, honestly. But you've started this server and you've ran it by yourself, from what I know, from the beginning. How have you done that before? Did you have previous servers before, or was it something a completely new task that you decided to challenge yourself?
Yeah, so I've done servers before. This one was actually a lot easier because I've gotten a lot of help from MC Pro Hosting. They're basically doing everything for me, and if I have any issues, I'll just cut them a ticket. But in the past, I've actually hosted my own servers for my own desktop and stuff. It's not actually too difficult to do. When you host it yourself, though, it's a pain because you always have to have your desktop running
Mm-hmm.
If it crashes, you have to fix everything, and
Literally, yeah. I've
and
ran
it
a server
takes
before.
resources. Yeah, it's a pain. So, but yeah, MC Pro hosting's been great so far.
Okay. And when you started season 1 of One More Block, for starters, you named it season 1, which to me looked like, okay, so he's expecting more rather than just the one season. So what was your main outlook for season 1? Was you just trying to find your feet, or
season 1 was a test? It was let's try this out, let's see how it goes. If it doesn't go anywhere, oh well, it was fun, that it was good experience, but if it does, then we'll continue on and make another season. So that's why I called it season 1. And it looks like it went somewhere, barely by the skin of its teeth, I guess it made it. But there was a point there where I was like, oh, I don't know if this is going anywhere. Maybe we should just like cancel this and not really do another season.
When did that happen?
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of makes sense because at the very start, everyone was really excited and they all got on, they all started playing together. And over the course of a few months, people started, getting bored, I guess. Not necessarily getting bored, but they didn't devote as much time. They didn't have as much hype, about the server. And so they wouldn't go on as much. And so less people would be on, less people to interact with. And I think the worst thing is when you get on a multiplayer server and you're there to interact with people, but you're like the only one on, right? And that's something we're going to try and fix in season 2. But in season 1, after a couple months, that seemed to happen. And I thought, okay, this is just going to fade out. And I was kind of okay with that. I was like, yeah, this is fine. People had some fun. And if it fades out, that's not the biggest deal in the world. But then there was a group of people, and I think you know who that group is, but they all, kept interacting and kept doing things together and working together and stuff. And I think because of that group of people, we actually have season 2 now, and we're continuing to go. So.
Okay. And at what point did you really think to yourself, apart from the beginning, like throughout season, I'm talking from like a third of the way into season 1, when, like you said, there was a bit of a turnaround. At what point did you think to yourself, do you know what? Yeah, I think this is going okay. Might be going somewhere.
So it's not like a specific point, right? There's little points right here and there. Okay. It's like hills and valleys, kind of. At the very start, when I started getting a good group of people to join for season 1, that was one of those points, right? Another point was when the season 1 started and everybody showed up and started playing, right? That was another point. Because, you're always worried. People say, oh yeah, this sounds fun, I'll join up and stuff. But when they actually come and start playing, that's a big like sigh of relief. Okay, this is kind of working, right? And then there were, smaller points when people's channels started growing, like the viewership, and people started, interacting more with each other. And then, there's a point when we added the community server, and that went well, and everybody had a lot of fun there. And also when people started showing interest for season 2 as well. So I think that there's a lot of like little points here where it's like, okay, this is improving, getting better, going somewhere, right? I don't think there was necessarily one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And why did you choose Minecraft Java Edition instead of, I don't know, say for example, Bedrock Edition?
Because it's the best.
Oh,
simply put, it's the best. You can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, it's unbounded in what you can do. there's all the plugins. Yeah, I just think it's the best. Yeah.
Okay. And obviously, with Minecraft and just in general, everything computers and everything gaming, I'm sure that people would love to know how you got to essentially Minecraft, and when did you start playing Minecraft? What was your first gaming experience? When did you essentially get into the gaming scene?
So recently is when I got into the gaming scene, I guess, whatever that means. But I've been playing games for a long time.
Okay. What was the first game that you've played that you remember?
I think not World of Warcraft. Warcraft. It didn't even have a number at that point. It was just Warcraft, right?
Yeah, just
the very first one.
Oh, okay.
Before that, I mean, I played some games that were like, do you remember the old floppy disks? The ones that were actually floppy, not the hard ones?
Yes.
Yeah. I played some games that were on those. I forgot the names of most of them. There was one where you like had to jump and smash things. It wasn't Mario, but I think the first game that I really remember and like grew to love was Warcraft. That was the first one that I really enjoyed. I would line up all my archers because they were way OP and just kill everyone, and it was a lot of fun, you know. Like, yeah.
Okay. And did you progress down the Warcraft line, or did you start playing World of Warcraft as well?
Yeah, I didn't really play Warcraft 2. I went straight into StarCraft after that. So.
Oh, okay.
And I played that, and then probably my next big game that I loved was Morrowind. The original.
Yeah.
From the Elder. I mean, it wasn't the original, but in a lot of people's minds, it was the original, right? So.
Yeah. Oh my god, I used to love that game so much.
I can still go back and just listen to the music, and it's amazing. So.
Mad nostalgia every single time.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Literally every single time. I love it. Did you continue down that line, play Oblivion as well?
Yeah, I didn't finish Oblivion. I don't know why. Maybe I was like really busy when it came out, but I did finish Skyrim. Skyrim was a big game when that came out, yeah.
When you say you finished, did you finish the main line or every side quest as well?
Obviously not every side quest, but I finished the main line, and I finished all of the main side quests, right? Like they had one for like the thieves and it wasn't like the fighters, but it was like the
mercenaries.
I forgot. Yeah, mercenaries or something. And then the College of Winterhold. And then I finished a couple expansions, like I think there was one with like a crazy mask. It was a while ago, but yeah.
Okay. Now,
it's a fun one. Oh, but I haven't gotten to your question about Minecraft. When did I start Minecraft?
Oh,
yeah. About when I started Skyrim, I guess. I was still in college at the time. Minecraft was very new. It was I don't know. They had like dirt and cobblestone or something. That's pretty much it.
Quite literally on a flat world. Yeah, no, because that's when I started playing it as well.
Yeah, and I remember me and some other buddies in college, we thought it was so cool to build like minecarts everywhere. So you build like minecarts all over the place and mine rails and light them all up, you know, so that the mobs didn't spawn on the tracks. And yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
It was a lot of fun.
And so now I have a standard set of questions here that I normally ask, because normally I have content creators on here. But obviously I'm going to have to change some of those so that they relate to you. But you've recently done a couple of streams.
Yeah.
You have.
I have.
Is that something you're going to pursue?
I'm not sure. For sure I'm going to do a YouTube series on the Survivor, and potentially some of the other events that we're doing.
Well, actually, that's a good question that could lead on to what you've just said. So you said that you're going to put you some of the events that are going to happen in season 2 onto YouTube. What can people expect for season 2 events wise?
Oh yeah, season 2. I think we're going to have well-defined events, much more well-defined, and I think much more exciting events. We've been planning these for quite a while now, for months, and the types of events. I'm not going to give away any of the events yet, but the types of events are. So I'll say some of the events that I'm planning. We're going to be doing Survivor season 2. That was a lot of fun in season 1.
Definitely.
It's going to have more players, bigger obstacles, more drama. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're already in the plans. Me and Eeks are building some of the obstacles, and it's turning out really good. So in single player, not in the
you're testing bits essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
And we're also going to have events like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, which will be a lot of fun, where we'll be asking questions,
Okay.
Giving people diamonds. So it's not like $1 million, but diamonds and stuff. And there's one more event that I'll spoil, just the title for it. We're going to have the murder mystery, one more block. So you act so surprised.
I do, because I have a memory of a goldfish, you see.
That's right. There's going to be a lot of fun events in addition to those. I don't want to, a lot of them are coming from other players, and I don't want to spoil them before they're matured and ready to be announced, but it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that that's really one of the big pulls to One More Block is, we're going to have fun. We're going to build a really cool shopping district. We've planned that out really well. We have some cool builds that we're going to build. But I think as far as creating content and collaborating with each other, the events are going to be huge, because that's where we'll come together and compete with each other or work with each other on some fun activity. So, yeah.
Okay. And realistically speaking, in your eyes, where would you like season 2 to end up? What are your hopes? What are you hoping that season 2 will become?
Yeah. You see, that's a tough question, because I think it's important not to have like hopes or expectations of where something like this goes, right? I think it's important to be able to be open with what naturally happens and be able to make changes based on that, right? I think, though, one thing that I do hope for in season 2 is that the group of people that we have gets to know each other better and becomes better friends at the end of the process. That's, I think, my biggest goal, is that everyone gets to work with each other and become good friends in the process. Like, so good that even if like this weren't to continue, they would still hang out and collaborate with each other and actually be part of the community. So
okay. And what about the community server side, for example, the followers of the One More Block seasons? Where would you like One More Block season 2 to be for them?
Yeah, the community server is something that anyone can broadcast and just be like, hey, go to the community server, have fun. It really is just like a place where every once in a while a blockhead might pop in and you could, interact and play with them in Minecraft, which is always exciting for some of the followers. I obviously just want to make sure that it stays clean. Like, we don't have any like racist, crazy people on it. But other than that, I think with the current set of plugins, it's not going to dissolve into chaos. The Golden Shovel plugin and stuff. So,
oh yeah, that's literally a good lifesaver there, to be honest. Yeah. But now has the server hardware changed throughout its time, or does it always been exactly the same? Have you had to upgrade anything to accommodate for more players?
Yeah, I've upgraded a couple times, but at the current level that we're at right now, everything seems fine. I haven't had any issues with lag. There have been issues where people have had like connection issues on their side, but I haven't seen any like server lag from the server going too slow due to like lack of RAM or anything like that. I mean, obviously that could change, and there still are a few additional tiers that you could upgrade to, but right now it's like set for 100 players, and we're going to be having like in the 20s, you know, so I think we're fine. So the community server, you know, if that did end up getting bigger, we could upgrade that a couple more times, but yeah, as far as the season 2, I think we're fine. So
okay. Yeah. Okay, well, I like to throw in a couple of curve questions here, just to throw you off a little bit. But what is your biggest fear?
It's my biggest fear. In general.
Sure. I told you the curveballs.
I think my biggest fear is that in my old age, I get a mental illness that debilitates me from being able to like remember the ones I loved.
Oh wow. Okay. Right. I like that. Not the fact that that is your biggest fear, but I love finding out what people find to be something that they're fearful of, and it shows how the human brain works essentially to me. And I find it very fascinating how some people would say that their biggest fear is clowns, and how some people would say that their biggest fear is, like you said, being able to, or not being able to remember those that are close to you. And yeah, no, okay, all right, interesting.
What about you, Tav? What's your biggest fear? I'm curious now.
My biggest fear is, it's, you know, it always changes because it all depends on what's happening around me in my life.
Okay.
So, for example, I don't think I could have a singular biggest fear, because I fear many things, but I fear not being remembered.
Those are both mine and yours are both very like
very philosophical,
deep, I guess. Yeah, not like spiders. I hate spiders, by the way.
I mean, I hate like irrational fear. I hate mannequins, like literally.
Americans?
No, mannequins.
Oh, mannequins.
No, honestly.
I'm having a hard time with Americans too recently, but I don't know if it's a fear necessarily, but
yeah, no, honestly, like even shopping for me, I have to literally like plan my routes out of a store because just in case. Honestly, I hate mannequins with a passion, genuinely.
Like just you don't like looking at them, or you're like terrified of them, like you feel like you need to like run away from them or something.
Okay, let me put it this way. A friend of mine had a mannequin head in his house, and he put that mannequin head on my car seat. I refused to get in my car.
Oh gosh, that is a very different fear. I don't think I've ever met someone who's been afraid of mannequins. What's that movie? They had that movie come out with Will Smith at the end of the world.
Right.
He made like this display with mannequins. You probably would have hated that movie.
Yeah.
Because he was like him and like maybe his dog or something. I forgot.
Oh, I Am Legend.
I Am Legend, yeah. Did you hate that movie? I mean, he had like a whole display of mannequins because he was missing
Human beings.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand. It's a that look. This is why it's an irrational fear, okay? Right? Because I can see it, and I love that film, but I just. I can get over it if it's on like a screen or in a movie because I know it's fake, even though mannequins are fake. But like, I don't know. I just don't like them in real life. Okay, like the same friend that put a mannequin head on in my car seat.
Are statues okay?
Yes. Well, even them sometimes they're not. It depends on what they look like. If they resemble a mannequin, it's it's the blank faces that just freak me out. Like the same friend that put the mannequin head on my car seat, I went to stay around his house. This was way before. This is like, God, early 2 years ago. Anyway, I went to stay around his house and he has a spare room. And I said, oh, do you mind if I just go put my stuff in a spare room? He said, yeah, no, that's fine. Just open the door. There's a single bed there. Awesome, no worries. So I enter the reset room. I open the door. I turn the light on because it was nighttime. And to my surprise, I look on a bed, and tucked in, all lovely, with the bed covers just up to here, and then its arms placed on top was a like I think it's the like China dolls. Like really realistic, like child doll, and I saw it.
This sounds actually pretty bad, Todd. Are you sure it was a child doll, or was this something you can get at like a adult shop or something like that? I mean,
oh no! It was
in your bed, you know, very realistic looking.
I mean, I didn't get close enough to find out, so I don't know. But I saw it. I made eye contact because its head was pointed at the door, right? My heart rate just shot up. I ran downstairs and I was literally hiding behind his grandmother, asking him if he can remove it from there. Is this
when this fear of mannequins started, or were you already afraid at this point? Or?
I was already afraid at this point, okay. Yeah, this is one of the reasons why I have never gone to Madame Tussauds in London, because just basically a building filled with realistic mannequins just sounds like hell to me. So that's me. Okay, right. Oh, I don't know how. I'm just gonna ask it. Right. So you must have made a few different changes to the server, or to the people on the server, or the events that happen on the server throughout its lifetime. What was a huge change that you've made that has had little to no impact? And then on the other side of that coin, what has been a small change that you've made that's made a huge impact?
I don't know, man. So I spent a lot of time working on fixing. So Twitch changed their API and it broke our website, and so I fixed that. It actually took a lot of time and effort to do that. It was a huge pain, and I don't know if that had much of an impact. So,
so I need to add the One More Block website on my page as well.
Yeah. But by the way, you can go to the website now and you can see, you know, if everybody's live at the same time, you can see them all. Like, well, we don't have all the new people on there yet, but yeah. So that, okay. I mean, I guess it's nice to have a web presence. If someone eventually just searches us on Google, you know, we're like one of the top results. So you can go to our website there. So that's good.
All right. Oh, actually,
I feel like
to ask.
Yeah.
Sorry, no, go on.
Oh, I was just saying, I feel like it's not a huge thing for like building viewership, you know, but it just kind of covers the ground if someone's searching, you know, on their phone or on their computer or something. But yeah, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, what we're already on Twitter and Instagram, I believe. But
yes,
I know we're definitely on Twitter.
We are, and on Facebook, but I honestly think Facebook is the devil. so I have a hard time like ever going onto Facebook. But maybe someone else, you know, who doesn't hate Facebook as much as me can go on and update our stuff. Same with Twitter and stuff, but yeah.
Well, one thing I actually forgot to ask is, why did you name it One More Block? How did you get to that name?
It was a group decision.
Really?
I mean, yeah. There was at the very start, before you and Jets joined, we had a big discussion on what the brand should be and what the name should be, and I forgot who it was. Sorry if it was you, and I forgot to call you out, but I forgot who it was, but someone suggested One More Block, and everyone was like, yeah, that sounds great. There were a bunch of different ideas, like Turtle Craft and Global Craft. And I mean, there was like, yeah. One More Block sounds so much better. It's like, I don't know.
It makes sense.
Yeah. It's kind of like that One More Turn group, or name from, where is that? Civilizations. Have you ever played Civilizations?
I've got it downloaded. I haven't actually played it yet. No.
Yeah. It's so addicting that like there's that phrase "one more turn," you know. So One More Block is kind of the same idea, and just have to keep placing those blocks, man.
That's the thing, because when I first got invited and they said One More Block, I was like, yo, that's actually a great name.
Yeah, I think so. It took us a while, like I would say a couple weeks, maybe a couple months to come up with that name. So
really,
yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, I mean,
oh man, for me, naming is always the hardest thing. That's always the hardest thing. Yeah.
Oh god, but let's see. Has One More Block, or has your online presence affected you outside of online, essentially?
Yeah, I go to the grocery store nowadays and people are like, hey, you're that guy from One More Block, all the time. I mean,
it's a regular thing for me as well, but you just gotta be there for the fans.
It's
right?
tough, you know, but I always make a point to stop and give him an autograph, you know, and it is tough though, so it is tough.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm a little bit jealous. Even I haven't got an autograph myself, but actually, that reminds me. I need to send. So those plaques that I've made for season 1 out.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
I will
put that up in the display right back here, so everyone can see it.
Wait, you have a display?
No, that was a joke. It's a green screen.
Oh. Oh, you got me all excited.
I'll definitely put it on my desk, and I'm thinking of bringing it to work, but if I put it on the desk here, people could actually see it, like if I stream, so we'll see. Okay. But I'm really excited for that. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, who have you invited to the server that you've thought, do you know what, I think this person's going to be a great positive is going to have a great positive impact on the whole server just in general? Or if you can't pick an individual, you can always pick a few.
Okay. I think everybody who's on the server will have a positive impact. I mean, it's difficult for me to pick like the one that I think would have more or less than others. Everyone seems very excited. Some people are bringing bigger communities, some people are bringing less, but as far as the content that people are planning on and bringing, and the events that people are planning and bringing, I think everyone's got a huge impact that they can contribute to the community and to the server and to each other. So that's a impossible question for me to answer if you're asking me to pick like one or two here, Tav. It really is. And I'm not saying that because I'm just not trying to pick favorites. I really mean it. I think like pretty much everyone here has really good ideas, and if brought through to completion, I think will bring a big impact to the server. So
Okay. Oh god, are we gonna see much of you online in season 2 on the server, not including the events?
So much is set up now. In season 1, we were setting up a lot of stuff, right? And I think that because a lot of this stuff is now set up, I'll have more time when I'm, not working and stuff to actually get on the server and interact with people. In season 1, a lot of that intro time was making sure we had the right plugins in place and, making sure people were whitelisted and the website wasn't broken and that Discord was working and all of those kinds of things. So I'm hoping to spend more time on the server. I have some plans for like a base and stuff and a nice shop in the shopping district. So,
oh, you got a shop in the shop? I didn't. I again, goldfish brain. I didn't even realize you had a shop. What were you?
Yeah.
What we expected to sell for us to buy from your shop?
Well, anyone can come by at any time to the Blockhead Buffet, and it's a nice area where people can come have a nice bite to eat. It's got some really nice tables that overlook like a nice landscape, and it's just going to be a nice shop for people to hang out and get a bite to eat. It's at the very end of the shopping district. It's called it will be called the Blockhead Buffet. Yeah.
Blockhead Buffet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I look forward to my first meal there. I think that's going to be quite cool.
Oh yeah.
All right.
It's going to be great.
What type of architecture are you thinking about building in? Or architectural style?
There's a few. For my main build, it's going to be like a enchanted druid forest kind of thing. It's in a dark forest biome with a lot of like stark hills that are like rising out of water. And we're going to be building some pretty cool looking trees, some pretty cool looking druid homes in the side of mountains.
Are you going to be making like a small village?
Yeah, it's gonna look like a small village, like really small village, but it's not all like with roads and stuff, right? They're connected with they'll be connected with bridges and stuff like that. So it'll be like in the air on sides of mountains and stuff.
And speaking of like connectivity between different areas, how are we planning to have inter-travel between each person? Are we going to have like a huge highway? Is it just going to be reliant on people having elytras, or did you have any ideas on that?
Yeah, so this season we've already tried to keep people closer, and with the current outline that we have set up, most people are closer. There are a few people who are far away, but most people are closer. So with elytra, we should have no issue traveling between like most of the players on One More Block Season 2, which will be great. If we want to go hang out with someone, you just fly for like maybe 20 seconds with elytra and you're there. However, there will be some that are pretty far away, and for that I'm hoping that we just do like another network or something. We'll figure out how to shorten that distance. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And oh god, I completely forgot my question. Have you worked with every single one of the current blockheads from season 1?
What do you mean when you say worked with?
As in Minecraft?
Yeah, I've done events with all of the current ones in season 1.
Excluding events.
Talked to what do you mean worked with? Like built something at their base with them?
Yeah,
I think the only one I really did that with was Dango when there was the bee cemetery. I did like some of the outline, some of the exterior gardening pathing to the cemetery, but that was about it on season 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're roughly at the 1 hour mark. So what I'll do is I'll ask a question before we go, and this question has got rules, but have you, so I want to know the positives, and I want to know positive names if you have some. If you can't pick one, you can pick three or whatever. But I don't want to know the negative names. I want to know the negative qualities. But the question is, who have you played with, or who have you seen on stream or on a YouTube video that, in your opinion, just has that amazing quality about them that you just thought to yourself, like, wow, like they have that something that I just really like. I'd love to do more work with them. And who have you seen streaming or on a YouTube video that you thought to yourself, like, well, they have this quality, I don't like that, I don't want that, I don't want that on a server, or I do want that on a server, or I do want to have people working with me. But I want to know the bad qualities and the good people and the good qualities. But right now, we're going to go on a quick little break, grab a snack, stretch your back,
Okay.
and we'll see you when we get back.
Okay.
Hello, people. How's everyone doing? Have everyone had a good break? We are back. But
All right. So what was this question again? It was something about
the good qualities and the bad qualities of people.
That's right. All right.
Yes.
So I like B00 a lot because his audio is freaking amazing. If you've ever listened to B00, not only does he have like a great mic and setup or whatever, but he sounds like a freaking broadcaster every time.
Okay.
And that'd be awesome to have that kind of audio. But he's done, I don't know if he's just, are some people just born with a broadcaster voice, or do people have to work at it? I feel like also people can like develop one, you know, and he's just got that like deep, rich, like broadcaster voice, you know, and it's amazing.
Like I've recently come into contact with a person on YouTube and on Twitch called Corpse or Corpse Husband. He has one of the deepest voices I have ever heard in my life. It reverberates in wow, like it's just amazing. But yeah, no, that's the thing. I've always seen or heard certain people that have that, just they have that voice that just makes me either feel relaxed or like that they hype me up sort of thing. But yeah, okay, all right, so we got one there.
And he likes to I mean, he's not a comedian, I would say, but he likes to add, you know, funny enough things, right? I like it, it's fun. But some other things I like,
or who would you like to be able to work with or do a collaboration with or have join a server?
Have joined the server. I think B-dubs would be cool to have joined the server.
Okay, right.
He's okay, so I know it sounds like I have like a B-dubs bromance or something, but
B-dubs fanboy.
For sure, man. He's super chill, it seems, at least on his uploads, and he's an amazing builder. He's probably the best builder, I would say, in all of Hermitcraft.
Really?
Oh yeah, you should check out his like he built an entire like suburban land. Well, it's more like in the sticks, like a landscape, and I would have to like show you what I'm talking about. I can't really explain it, but he built a castle on top of like this landscape that he built, and yeah, he's great.
Okay, I'll check that out off the stream, but
he's you know already doing his own thing, and he's doing great, and I don't think he would, you know, I wouldn't want to take him away from it either, but and we're so small, there's no way he would even consider it. But anyways, B-dubs is a cool guy. If he would consider, I would 100,000% have him on one more block.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't hurt
pretty
to
much
ask, really.
Pretty much any hermit, you know, would be awesome. But they're already in Hermitcraft, you know, like they're doing their thing, and at the same time, you don't want to take them away from that, right? Because there's enough people, like a lot of our streamers and stuff are new, but they're getting bigger and they're learning, you know, how to stream better and stuff, and they're learning how to build better. And eventually they could be like that quality, right? And so I don't think we should take anyone away from you know, a lot of people think that it's like a competition, right? Like if someone else is getting a lot of views on YouTube, they're taking them away from you, right? Those viewers are going there instead of to you. But I don't think that's the case at all. I think if you make good content, you're going to get views, and someone else isn't going to be taking views away. They're just going to be watching more content, right? If you make good content. And I wouldn't want to take anything away from Hermitcraft. It's great, and you know, they should keep doing what they're doing. I just want to make, you know, something else that people can come and enjoy, right? So I mean, it would be great to have B-dubs, because I think it'd be a lot of fun playing Minecraft with him, but he should stick on Hermitcraft and just keep doing what he's doing. Okay. I'm super excited for a lot of the people who we have who are new, and
speaking I think it'd be fun to work you must have a list of the people that are going to be in season 2.
Do you want me to read the list off? Is that
yes,
what's
please.
Going on next? I think I don't have everyone on this list. This is the list of people I've whitelisted and have their UIDs for Minecraft, but I'll have to add a couple more, I believe. But we have Jets, Akari, Angry Roach, Aria, Ashcraft, Eeks, myself, Jay Stark, Cat, Legacy Gamer, who is Gfrush, Logic, Lukulele. Oh, Lady Cookie Chip. Oh, that's funny. That's Matt the W scam account.
So okay.
Lady Cookie Chip, I guess, was Dango's. I don't know if it was her original name or one of her original names, but that was, so
Oh.
Matt, as one of Dango's fans, has Lady Cookie Chip, I guess. Melisa, Nitro, Quack, Rim, Dango, SGT, Snowy Blue, Spooky Beans, Suda, Tack, The Hero, Tav, Trilobit, and Winters. So that's our current list. We got quite a lineup.
It is quite a lineup. We're going from the amount of people that we ended season 1 with all the way to the amount of people that we're going to have on season 2 is genuinely got me so excited to the point of where I've actually booked time off of work for
me
the
too.
launch
Yeah.
of season 2.
So we have 30 people, without cam accounts. That's 30 people, and there were, we could have easily made this like 50 or 100. There were a lot of people who were asking for getting into season 2. I had to say I'm sorry to a lot of people. So I think that, shows that you guys have done a good job in season 1, and yeah, I'm really excited. Season 2 is going to be a lot of fun. So
I can't wait. There's so many people. I just genuinely can't wait for it to begin. It's just
the biggest thing I think in season 2 that we really want to focus on is building the community, right? Interacting with each other. People who are going off, like there's a few people who are going off from the rest of the group and building their stuff like, a couple thousand blocks away. We need to make sure that we're going out and interacting with them every once in a while so they don't feel like it's a single player. They feel like it's a community. And that's the biggest thing, I think, is keeping everyone together and not having that like fall off, but instead having it even more exciting on day like 60 than it was on day 1, because everyone's working together. There's well-established like brands and stuff in the shopping district. We're doing events with each other. That's my goal for season 2, is to make sure that we collaborate and everyone feels better at day 60 jumping onto the server than they did at day 1. So hopefully we can achieve that, but that requires a lot of work from everyone to, again, spend like 50% of your time on the server interacting with other people, and the other 50%, like doing your own builds or whatever you want to do. That's what I think will get us there. So
okay, all right. And there was one thing that we didn't actually cover, and that is the negatives that you've seen in streamers or YouTube videos. But there must be some qualities that you just do not want to have or don't like in the context of the server or just Twitch in general. Because I'd love to be able to know. I want to know what people like and what people don't like, because this is also here to feed my curiosity and to possibly point me in the right direction.
Sure. We've already had some issues with people who were banned before season 1 even started. I'm not going to name any names, obviously, but we've had some issues where people were, in the past, they had not super distant or not super far past, but like distant past, like the last few days or whatever, had like racist content in their streams.
Right. And
yeah, like if you think about One More Block, I think it really is a brand that can help build everyone, right? Because all of these communities are coming together on the same server, the same name, One More Block, right? And my goal is that when you search for One More Block on Twitch, you'll find a streamer who's streaming, right? And maybe that streamer wasn't someone who you usually watch, but you know the brand One More Block and you want to watch more One More Block content. So you go to Twitch and you search One More Block and you start watching maybe SGT or Winters or something like that, right? And I feel like it's almost like a will, right? Like the more each of us works and the more each of us like contributes to the brand, it's like instead of, like you, Tav, if you go out and you stream, right, you're gonna have random people come to your channel, right?
Right.
But you can only do that yourself. You can't stream like 24/7. You can only stream like a few hours a day or something like that, right?
Right.
But if you could duplicate yourself, right, and make like 50 tabs, right? And all 50 of them were going out and streaming at different times, right? They had like different looks maybe and stuff and different personalities and brought in different audiences, right? Then you could have 50 channels of different things, right? But if you grouped it all together under one brand, then those 50 separate channels would all help each other out, right? And all build each other. And that's kind of the idea of the brand of One More Block. And so anything that could, any one of those 50 tabs, right, that would do something that's racist or homophobic or something like that would harm the brand, right? And that's absolutely what we don't want, right? We don't want anything that can hurt the name and can push people away from One More Block, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say is, obviously anyone would say that, right? Well, most people would. That what they don't want is someone who's racist or homophobic or sexist or whatever it is, right? Someone who spews hate, right? Mm-hmm. Associated with the server. So
okay, all right, okay. And you've spent a lot of time in season 1 and in season 2 pre-planning events and just making sure everything should be going as according to plan, essentially planning everything. But there must have been times that you must have had like a creator's block where you've essentially you just haven't known, didn't know what to do next, essentially.
The opposite is true. Yeah, it's always out of this list of things, what is the most important? That's always what it is for me. There's so many things that I could spend my time doing, and so it's difficult to find what's the most important thing, right? To build the community or to build the content and stuff. And a lot of times it's a balance between, like would actively marketing bring more followers or actively working on more content bring more followers? That's usually the struggle and I have like a few things that I can do to help market the server and a few things I can do to help generate better content for the server, right? And so that's usually what I'm debating against, like which one would eventually bring, a better experience for the users and more users into One More Block. So
can you give me a couple of examples of both?
Sure. So I quite frequently go to other channels and talk to people about collaborations, and I've been recently talking to people about other I'm in contact with a few other streamers and owners of other SMPs that are similar to our SMP on Twitch, right? Mm-hmm. And so one thing that I could do is pursue those connections more and try and organize like a cross stream collaboration, right? Where streamers from their SMP and from our SMP work together, which shares the viewership and it gives exposure, right, to both people, right? Our viewers will be exposed to their stream and their viewers will be exposed to our stream, right? And that could build viewership on both sides, right? Mm-hmm. And then, so that's more marketing, I guess you could say, right? Like going out and building connections and working with people. And then on the other side, it's things like Survivor Season 2, right? That's purely just content based so that our viewers will maybe be more sticky, right? More of our viewers will come back and they're excited to come back and they're going to watch other channels and stuff like that are One More Block. So that's a good example of like okay, I only have enough time to do one of those, right? And so which
Mhm.
one do I pick? Which one do I think brings the best long-term results to the One More Block community? So
Okay, I like the idea of what you said about doing some form of a collaboration with another SMP to work on something together. I like that idea. But then again, yeah, no, I can see the issue because I can see both, and I'd be like, oh, but both of them are good ideas. Like,
yeah. That's usually what it is with me. Like, I have to prioritize all of the different, like, there's honestly, Tab, there's so much we can do. So freaking much we can do, right? Just with the content idea, right? Just building new content, there's so much we could do. We could work on merch, right? Based off of shops that we have, right? We could have advertisements to shops that we could put in, YouTube videos and stuff like that. All of these things take time, right? And other people too from the server will come up with ideas as well all the time, right? And they're great ideas, but it's like there's only so much time in a day. It's really important to try and figure out what the best idea is and put your effort towards that. Once that's done, move on to the next one. But that's the problem. It's not a problem of not knowing what to do. It's a problem of or not having something to do. It's a problem of choosing what's the best, right?
So what I'm hearing from this, or what I'm trying to take from this, is that you have many ideas, and you would need more help to be able to see those to their fruition. Would you be, I don't know, interested in possibly recruiting someone for that job? Is that something that might be a good idea?
I've done that. I do that every once in a while, right? I'll ask somebody to help out with a certain project or idea. But right now, I want everyone to focus on their content creation, their channel. I think that's the best thing, is like for you to focus on your channel and building your audience, and for everybody else to focus on their channel and building their audience as well. Because, from like, the more, again, if you duplicate yourself, right, and go out and 50 of you are all working on streaming and bringing people into the One More Block community, that's huge. That's like a huge marketing, basically every one of you streamers is like marketing for One More Block, essentially, right? And it's helping each other. Again, it's like that circle, right? The more you work on building One More Blocks, and the more everyone works on building One More Blocks, the more you benefit from it, right? So yeah,
I like the idea, and even from the beginning, like being invited to this has just been, it's such a railroad of like, not railroad, well, yeah, a railroad of emotions for me, because
a roller coaster.
That's it, roller coaster, not railroad. Oh my god,
ups and downs, and
yeah, because like part of me was very cautiously optimistic, but once I got here and I started doing things and working and speaking to other people that I never would have spoken with, it, like you said, it is a case of sharing audiences, because I have a lot of my viewers come from other blockheads, and I have a lot of my viewers that go to other blockheads, and it's just literally a case of they all just interlink, and we all just roughly in the middle, and we're both growing. And
at the same time, it's more fun for the streamer because they get to meet new friends and get to do things with a big community versus just maybe like one other streamer or by themselves. And so everyone benefits, even the streamer, while they're doing that, they get all these fun events, and they don't have to build the event, they might build one, but they get to go to others that are built by other people and have fun interacting with other people. And again, way back when you asked me like why I decided to do this, and I talked about, Hermitcraft, and that's their model, right? That's what they do. They bring a whole bunch of people who love building things and working together, and they all grow with that. And it's only been recently when they've actually been big. If you actually look at the history of Hermitcraft, I think I posted that in one of our Discord channels.
Yeah.
You see, like, they were pretty small for a long time, right? And recently, because they've continuously improved their content and gotten, there's like a critical mass that once you hit that, I believe that you kind of like, your marketing is less important at that point. At that point, it's just building content, and it's all like word of mouth, right? Everybody's viewing your stuff at that point, right? And I think that getting to that critical mass comes through everyone working hard to build good content, right? And you can do it by yourself, right? Like, people have done it by themselves all the time. But if there's a community all working towards that same goal, it makes it a lot easier. So
yeah, I can fully agree with that, because I've learned a lot of things that I never would have found out as easily by myself from others. Like, there's so many ideas that I take from other people as well. Like, even through doing some of these, or even on the server, I have literally a list of things. Like, for example, Dango mentioned about how she raided someone. I think it was Dango anyway. How she raided someone, and they had a like a channel intro, kind of like a 60-second video where it just showed who they are. And for example, that idea never would have had that by myself, because I'm not that smart, but someone else is, and I didn't need to go find them. One of my friends told me, and that's just it. It literally helps out so much. And even between me and you, like, I've shown you how I've set all of this up. It would have been a lot harder to find out how to do this without being told, because I told you in like 3 minutes how to do it. Simple as that. But no, I fully agree with that. But of the new people that have just come in, or actually no, of everyone, who do you think there's going to be some form of a like groups of people that just stick together essentially, or that would gel better together?
Yeah, I think that's inevitable. Certain personalities work well with each other, right? That's going to happen. My goal is so that those groups can interact with each other. That's my goal, so that everyone is interacting. But I mean, it's inevitable that people are going to have like a group that they like to work with more. Not that they don't like the other people, but they just, like to work with this group more.
Yeah.
Which isn't an issue at all. That's totally fine. Yeah.
Do you think that there's going to be factions made on the server?
That's like battling factions. Well, there might be some things in the plans to actually cause this to happen in a fun way, but I'm going to hold off on talking about what this is until later. So.
Oh, I'm excited now.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun now. Yeah.
Okay, all right. And oh god, what was I? Oh yeah, so when is the server season 2 going live?
A week from today.
Right.
Actually,
do we have
less than a week from today, on the 15th, Friday?
Awesome. Do we have a starting time, or is that going to be later discussed about?
I'm not sure. It might be starting at 12 p.m. UTC time. UTC, so that's your time at 12 p.m.
Yep.
And most of the UK people will be on at around that time, and then for those who don't know, we have mainly UK, Australia, and US, but we do have a few other, like the Netherlands, I believe, and stuff like that. Where's Mel from again? Is it the
It's the Netherlands, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and we did have someone from...
And Australia as well.
Yeah, I think I said that, but maybe I missed that. So yeah, mostly the UK people and Australia people will be on at the start, and then it'll move to the people from the US. So we're hoping to have a 24-hour stream, and it shouldn't be too difficult because a few streamers have already said they're going to be streaming for 24 hours or the entire day, so like 12 hours. Mm-hmm. So, and a lot of people like yourself are taking the day off just for this. So,
oh, I've taken more than a day off. I've taken the next week off as well.
Yeah, so
like I've literally, like I said, I'm so excited for this. Genuinely cannot wait. The amount of people that I'm going to be able to meet and the amount of things that we're going to be able to do is going to be absolutely amazing. Although there's one issue that I'm having, and that is I have no idea what I can build as my starting base or my base in general. And I have always built in the medieval style or the Victorian style. It's very old. Yeah. I've always built in that, and I've thought, what if I challenge myself and fully go futuristic? I have literally no idea what to do. So I'm gonna ask for your help with this. So what would you think I should do?
You should do?
Yes. As my main base.
So do you even have a shop? Let's see.
I do have a shop, the Crafty Sheep.
Okay. Wool, okay.
Well, it's going to be wools and dyes.
Wools and dyes, nice. Do you have an idea yet for the main base?
Essentially the same as what I've just said, but I have no idea, essentially. But it's going to be bigger than anything I've built before.
One base to rule them all. That's what you put down. Nice.
I shall do it. I'm going bigger than I've ever gone before. Like, do I just move up through the ages, or do I move back down the ages? Like,
are you looking for a cool idea from me, or?
Okay, I'm gonna present you a few ideas, then I want you to choose from them.
That's probably better. So, yeah. Okay. What are you passionate about? Yeah.
Right. I love Egyptian stuff, so I could go down an Egyptian route, or I could go down a Roman route because I'm a massive fan of Roman architecture and the aqueducts and everything else that they have.
I think Roman is more dynamic, like in colors and stuff, than Egyptian usually, and I don't know. Okay, continue.
And I have the idea of going fully futuristic in regards of strange shapes, different colors, just everything to look fully out of place, essentially.
So futuristic would probably take more time, right? Because I'm guessing the scale would be pretty massive in that case, right?
Yeah.
But it would
in fact, all of them would be massive.
So last time you did build a Colosseum, right? I would say go futuristic.
Well, actually, the Colosseum was mainly jets. I have to admit it. It was mainly jets. He put a ridiculous amount of hours into that. I did a little bit of the tidying up around the outside. Yeah, literally, right?
Yeah, that was the fun event. But I would say go futuristic. I don't think there might be a couple other semi-futuristic, like we have. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but
no. But a couple of others, yeah.
But I think that if you went futuristic, you could probably come up with a style that is quite different than anyone else. Especially if your idea is to work with odd, geometric shapes of buildings, like sharp edges, but also curves and stuff like that put in there. I think that would actually be quite a cool way to go. So.
Okay. All right. I'll Oh god, this is going to be essentially a thing on the fly because I've got a few ideas of individual small buildings, but tying them in together, I have no idea. But I guess we'll see.
It's completely up to you. If you want to go with any of the other ideas, that's totally fine too. But if it were me, I think I would do the futuristic. Yeah.
Futuristic. Well, I did say I want to challenge myself, so I think I might very well have to. But
yeah.
Okay. Right. Well, I have essentially reached the end of my questions that I've got written down, and my mind is running a blank. But I've asked you a lot of questions, and I feel like it is only fair that I return a favor to you. So, within reason, there will be no holes barred. What would you like to know?
So this is the first question I like to ask people. Okay, you ready? Okay.
Yes.
Who is Tav?
You can't do that. Well, Tav is this little man-child that likes to play games badly and share it with people and talk to chat and forget to look at chat on a regular basis. And has a very small brain of one of those monkeys with the symbols that just goes ting, ting, ting. But somehow they manage to get on and just carry on taking steps forward. Now, whether that's in the correct direction, we will never know. But they're just going to carry on walking.
Okay, tell me this. Is there anyone you feel like embarrassed to admit that you're like a Minecraft player too?
Quite literally, no.
Really? Okay.
Seriously speaking, I'm so excited about my online presence that I tell everyone, literally everyone, like my grandmother who doesn't understand computers, I tell her about Minecraft and about Twitch and about Block, and she's like, "Oh, that's great." She has no idea, but she loves it because she sees that I'm excited.
Okay, so my wife's parents, I don't know why. They're really cool with everything, but I just, I don't know. Are you married, Taff, or not?
No. Well, not that I know of, anyway.
Okay. But you've had a girlfriend before, right? I think so,
yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And have you met their parents?
Yes.
Her parents, right? Okay. So when that happens, right, you always want to, like, portray yourself as some, like, sophisticated, like, smart, responsible, like adult who makes a lot of money, right?
in the beginning, yes.
The beginning? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm very much a believer of well, it's a fact, but looks will get you interested, thoughts will get you hooked, because intelligence lasts a lot longer than beauty. So what I'm trying to say by that is, yes, in the beginning I do try to portray myself as being the most appealing future pairing to their offspring.
Mm-hmm.
However, I am not what most would class as being a normal individual. So I very much slowly start to trickle my personality into their everyday life to the point of where they just understand that I'm strange. So I become predictably
it's true, right?
Unpredictable.
Everybody's strange, right? Everybody's strange, but we all try and be not strange, right? Or pretend that we're not strange. At least most of us do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, are there anyone who's like just really like maybe lawyers?
But, well, I suppose we can't really make much of a comment on that because we're both wearing suits. Like,
right. But look at my background and foreground here. Okay, that's a little odd, right? To be wearing a suit behind a Minecraft desk.
I mean, I love it. I love the idea. I'm thinking I might do something about that. Remind me of this moment later on in our meeting, please. But I have an idea. But yeah, 100%. I mean,
there we go. Now you got some audio spikes, so you can find it.
But actually, you are one of two people that is currently on my fame wall right there.
Oh, awesome.
At Christmas time, you came in and you said happy birthday, Merry Christmas, and
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy whatever,
yeah,
Happy birthday. Good stream.
Literally. Yeah. And you came in and you was like shabalamo, and then that's how you became the bit boss on my fame wall.
Oh, nice, cool.
So yeah, you're up there, but we'll see who else will get up there. Everyone's been trying. In fact, Suda's actually. I need to check what episode he was, but I said that if I don't get any other hard questions or harder questions than the one that he asked, then he gets his name on the wall. But
that's a challenge.
We'll see. So, have you got any other questions, Grimes?
Yeah. What's the hardest question I can ask to get myself twice? Because I want to be there like more than anybody else on the fame wall. So let's see.
Right. Okay.
What is the most inappropriate thing that you've ever done in your life? You don't have to answer this.
Okay.
But you're going to, because you're Tab.
I am, yeah. No, there's a lot. There is a long list to choose from. The most inappropriate thing I've done in my life is okay, so I was helping my boss from my company. I was helping him do some garden work because we're friends outside of work as well, and I had gotten myself muddy, and he had a downstairs shower with a very large and tall window right next to the shower with a waterproof roller blind. And I was like, oh, I got myself a lot dirty. Do you mind if I use your shower? He said, no, go on, crack on. You use that. And me being me, I was like, okay, right, so jump in the shower, do my bits, and washing, and washing, and then for some strange reason, my brain just kind of went, you need to do a Vogue pose. You need to do some sort of a pose, and then open that blind. So there I was.
Oh, gosh.
Half right, half covered. So imagine this is the window, right?
Okay.
I literally put a leg up. Well, let me turn up the brightness a little bit, right? I literally put a leg up, right, and I just slowly undone the roller blind, and there he was standing, looking at me, going, "What are you doing?" I was like,
you're never allowed to take a shower again in my place.
I'm clean now. And
look at me. Nice.
Yeah, so like I said, we are friends outside of work as well. So he obviously took a photo of that because it was hilarious, and then sent it to his parents. So his parents met me before I met them.
In your Vogue pose, right?
In my Vogue pose, yes.
In your full glory, your birthday suit, yeah. Whatever.
Oh yeah, everything was covered, so it was fully TOS.
Self-censoring, right? That's what.
yeah, literally. It was everything was classy.
Nice.
Oh God. Right. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on, Grimes. I'd love to do another one of these possibly at the end of season 2, just to see what you thought of season 2 and see where we're going to go with season 3 and 4 and 5 and so on and so forth. Sure. But if you don't have any other questions, then I guess we'll call it an end of episode.
This was fun.
Awesome.
I'll definitely come back at the end of season 2, as long as everything doesn't end in a disaster. So
oh no, it will not end in a disaster.
It'll be great. Yeah, so.
It's going to be amazing. But for those that have come into the stream late, have no worries, because this has been recorded and this will end up on my YouTube. The links to my YouTube are in my description, in my About Me section. If you're watching it on YouTube, if you're wondering what One More Block is, have no worries, because all of the links that Graham spoke of earlier will be down below, where myself and 29 other streamers and content creators are going to be playing Minecraft on a server called One More Block. All of the links are going to be down below. But thank you very much, Grimes, for being on. It's been an absolute pleasure. I cannot wait to have you on again. And yeah, hope you have a lovely time.
All right, see you later.
See ya.